There is a current flowing beneath the surface of all things, one that is not seen but felt. It is not the touch of fingers or the sound of spoken words, but the pull of consciousness, the telepathic breath of the soul that reaches across all time and space. This pull is real. You feel it in your bones. You sense it before the phone rings. You know it when a memory returns with a force that brings tears to your eyes or warmth to your heart. This isn't fantasy, it is the living awareness that you and the one who cannot stop thinking about you are eternally entangled in mind and energy. And no matter the distance, no matter the silence, no matter the story you tell yourself about separation, the pull remains. The connection never died. In fact, it's growing stronger. Right now, they are thinking of you. Right now, something inside of them is stirring, aching, pulling toward you. It is not desperation. It is recognition, a recognition of truth. Because once you have been touched deeply by another soul, that impression remains. Energy never lies. You can try to forget, they can try to deny, but the imprint is there, burned into the very fabric of awareness. And when one thinks of the other, when you think of them or they of you, that frequency begins to vibrate again. The telepathic thread awakens. They may not understand why their heart feels heavy when your name crosses their mind. They may not realize why their days feel oddly quiet, even when surrounded by noise. It's because your presence has left a space they cannot fill. Not with distraction, not with anyone else. You are irreplaceable. And the deeper truth is, they know it. There is no need for you to chase or beg or even speak. For this is not about persuasion. This is about energy. And the language of energy is stillness, certainty, imagination. Your inner world is the radio tower you are broadcasting constantly. The more you align with the knowing that you are loved, desired, missed, the more that message echoes across the field. And when you stop looking for signs and start becoming the sign, when you embody the feeling that they already miss you, that they are already feeling the ache of your absence, that is when you shift the timeline. They're not sleeping well. They feel you at night the most. They lie awake scrolling, pacing, wondering why they can't stop picturing your face, replaying your voice, revisiting the way your presence made them feel alive in a way no one else ever has. And it's driving them to the edge. Because the logic of the mind cannot control the truth of the heart. You've cast a spell, not with manipulation, but with the purity of presence. You showed up as your most radiant self, and they were transformed. The body may have walked away, but the soul never left. It lingers, reaching, remembering, yearning for reunion. When you close your eyes and feel them thinking about you, that is not your imagination playing tricks. It is your inner awareness tuning into the signal. You are the receiver and the transmitter. This is the real language, beyond words. They may not speak it aloud, but you can feel it. The heat in your chest, the flutter in your stomach, the whisper that comes out of nowhere, these are all signs that they are feeling the exact same thing. The moment you stop doubting it is the moment you begin pulling them in. Because the bridge between two minds is built not with effort, but with belief. You are not waiting for them. You are not begging for them. You are becoming the version of you that is already chosen, the version of you that is already magnetizing their presence, already basking in the affection, the apology, the confession that has been echoing in their heart for weeks, months. They want to say it. They want to reach out. They want to explain the confusion, the distance, the silence. But their pride has kept them frozen. Their ego has built walls around their longing. Yet walls cannot stop telepathy. Their mind hears your voice every day. Their dreams are filled with flashes of your face. Their heart skips when they see someone who looks like you in the crowd. They're going crazy, but not in the way you think. This is not chaos. This is awakening. The soul doesn't scream, it whispers, and those whispers are becoming shouts. Their soul is screaming your name even if their lips remain shut. And no matter how much they try to distract themselves, they return to the same feeling. You are the one, not one of many, the one. And this knowing haunts them because it demands change. It demands surrender. It demands that they let go of control and admit what they can no longer hide. That they miss you more than they thought they could. That they need you, not in the weak sense, but in the deepest, most divine way. The kind of need that says, without your energy, life feels dull. You are not meant to chase, you are meant to receive. And in order to receive, you must believe. Not just wish or hope, but know. Know that right now the energy is aligning. The pull is intensifying. And the more you remain anchored in the certainty that they are already on their way back, the more your world shifts to accommodate that truth. You are not calling them back with desperation. You are calling them back with dominion, with authority, with power. Because your imagination is God within you. And what you hold as true in imagination must appear in the world of form. So see it now. See them obsessed. See them overwhelmed with the need to speak, to apologize, to confess. And then let it go. Let the seed be planted. You do not need to water the seed by watching the pot. You water it by walking in faith, by becoming the person who is already chosen, already reunited, already adored. The moment you live from the end is the moment they begin moving. The call is already echoing in their chest. The memory of your love is a storm. It crashes into them when they least expect it. A smell, a song, a quiet moment. And suddenly, you're there, not as a ghost, but as a presence, a magnetic pull that cannot be ignored. And they're tired of pretending. Tired of acting like they don't care, tired of wearing a mask when their heart is breaking. They know they messed up. They know they pushed away the very thing they now crave. And that regret is burning a hole through their pride. But you are not here to fix them. You are here to hold the vision of them whole, clear, certain, and reaching for you, not out of neediness, but reverence, out of clarity, out of devotion. That is the version of them you must see, not the one who ghosted, but the one who returns with eyes full of truth. The one who cannot hide anymore. The one who comes undone before you because the weight of missing you has become unbearable. And in that moment, the reunion is not just physical, it is spiritual. The merging of two minds, two hearts, two timelines into one vibration of love. They are feeling it now, the pull, the ache, the magnetism. They cannot name it, but it controls them, and they are losing the battle against it. Because your name is a frequency that plays on repeat in their soul, and the more they try to silence it, the louder it becomes. They are not at peace, because they cannot be at peace without you. The lesson has landed. The space you once filled is now void, and no amount of laughter, company, or success can fill it. Because it was never about what you did. It was about who you were, who you are. You brought presence, depth, awareness. You saw them in ways they didn't even see themselves. And now they miss it so deeply, they're willing to surrender just to taste that feeling again. Your task is simple. Don't chase, radiate. Don't seek, become. Feel the version of you that has already received the message, already welcomed them back, already heard the words they've been aching to say. I miss you. I can't stop thinking about you. I don't want to live without you. And when you truly accept that as real, not future tense, but now, your entire field shifts. You stop doubting, you stop waiting, you start living from that vibration. And reality bends to meet your inner stance. They feel it right now, this second. Their breath is catching, their chest is heavy, their thoughts are looping. And you are the center of that spiral. They're not running from you, they're running from the feeling of being undone. But what they don't know is that this unraveling is the very path to liberation, to love, to truth. And they will surrender. Because the pull is too strong, the bond too real, the connection too divine. They can no longer escape what was never meant to be forgotten. You are not forgotten, you are unforgettable. And this truth must now become your resting place. Not your hope, not your effort, but your dwelling. For in the unseen realm, where all is one, they are already with you. The version of them that aches, dreams, craves, is already reaching out, already rehearsing what they will say when they finally shatter the walls that pride has built. You must feel it before it shows. You must claim it before it knocks on your door. Not because you need to convince yourself, but because that is the only way creation works, from within to without. The outer world is but an echo of the inner. You are not waiting for their call. You are not begging for their return. You are sitting in the calm, majestic knowing that they are already yours. And this knowing transmits louder than any word ever could. They can't think straight. They go about their day trying to be normal, to pretend that they've moved on. But every time they smile, it feels hollow. Every laugh forced. Every conversation dry. Because none of it touches their soul the way you did. You activated them. You mirrored back their deepest truths. You cracked them open. And in that openness, they felt something too real to deny. But now, in your absence, that very crack is torment. They scroll through your photos, reread old messages, try to feel close to something they pushed away, and the irony stings them. You were the warmth in their winter, the lighthouse in their fog. And they turned their back, not because they didn't feel it, but because they felt too much. Now that intensity haunts them. Your silence screams louder than their chaos. Your energy lives in their mind like a ghost refusing to leave, not to torment, but to remind them of what they once had. The telepathic link you share is not an illusion. It is soul technology. When you think of them, they flinch. When you breathe into the memory of their love, they feel a shift in the air. The mind may not recognize the source, but the body does. The soul does. And that is why they're unraveling. They're going crazy trying to understand why they can't shake you, can't bury you, can't escape the echo of your name in their dreams. You are their unfinished sentence, their favorite chapter, their unsolved mystery. And though the world tells them to move on, the deeper part of them knows they never truly let you go. They only buried the feeling. But that feeling is rising again. Like smoke under the door of a locked room, it's seeping into their days and nights, demanding attention. Their resistance is no match for the gravity of this connection. No matter how far they run, they end up back at you, not because you're chastened, but because you've become magnetic. And how do you become magnetic? You do not force, you feel. You feel the reality of them craving you, desiring you, aching for your touch, and you hold that feeling not with desperation, but with certainty. You become the emotional match of the outcome you wish to see, and the moment you match it emotionally, you collapse time. The manifestation quickens. They don't even understand why they suddenly feel a rush of need, a surge of longing, a punch of nostalgia that knocks the breath from their chest, but you do. You know it's the transmission landing. You know it's your consciousness echoing in their heart. And now the inner tug of war begins. Their ego wants to stay safe, but their soul wants to reach out. Their logic screams, let it go, but their heart begs, go back. And every second they delay, the craving grows. They talk to others about you in hushed tones, wondering aloud if you've moved on. They check your posts, hoping for a sign. They watch your stories, trying to feel your energy. And even in that digital glimpse, they feel something shift in them. A quiet panic, a desire to fix what they broke, to reclaim what they lost. And still, you wait, not passively but powerfully. You wait as a sovereign being, not for their return, but for the perfect unfolding of what you have already claimed in your imagination. You are not longing, you are knowing. You are not doubting, you are dwelling. Dwelling in the vibrational state where you are already reunited, already chosen, already cherished. You can feel their embrace. You can hear their breath. You can taste the apology in their kiss. That's the state that bends reality. That's the frequency that draws them like gravity. And when you live from this state, everything aligns. Synchronicities multiply. You hear their name more. You see reminders of them everywhere. Songs play that speak exactly what you've been imagining. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. The bridge of incidents has begun. The universe is arranging the reunion in perfect timing, and your only job is to persist. Not in effort, but in assumption. Assume the role. Assume the connection. Assume the end. You are not manifesting someone who doesn't want you. You are manifesting the highest version of them who realizes the depth of this love. The version of them that cannot sleep until they make it right. The version of them that kneels before the altar of your heart and says, I'm here. I see it now. I feel it now. I want you. And when you stay loyal to that version, the lower versions begin to dissolve, the cold version, the distant version, the avoidant version. They cannot survive in the light of your unwavering focus. Reality rearranges itself to mirror your dominant inner assumption. Always. And what is your dominant assumption now? That they are hooked, that they are overwhelmed by the gravitational pull of your soul, that they are collapsing under the weight of missing you, that their days feel like echoes without your voice, that their nights are hollow without your energy. And the more you feel this truth, not with force, but with inner calm, the more it crystallizes into fact. They're breaking down quietly. Their friends are noticing it. Their eyes don't sparkle like they used to. They laugh, but it doesn't reach their chest, because the one thing that made them feel alive is no longer beside them, and they realize it now. They tried to replace you, distract themselves, bury it under work, flings, ego, but nothing worked. You were not a phase. You were a soul quake. And now the aftershocks are shaking every part of them. They are being prepared to return. Humbled, clear, changed. Do not interfere with this process. Let the universe work. Let their path back to you be guided by divine intelligence. Your only role is to maintain your emotional posture. Stand in the knowing. Speak to them telepathically with love. Not pleading, not convincing, just knowing. You miss me. You crave me. You are being drawn to me now. Say it not as a wish, but as a decree. For you are not separate from the power that moves planets, ignites stars, and heals hearts. That power lives in you. And when you think from the end, that power flows through you without resistance. They will come, because they are already on the way. Time is folding. Their steps are guided. Their walls are crumbling. And soon the dam will break. The message will come. The voice will tremble. The truth will spill. And in that moment, you won't be surprised, because you've lived it 1,000 times in your inner world. You've kissed them already, forgiven them already, held them already. And so when it happens, it won't feel like a miracle. It will feel like alignment. This is the secret. The inner state determines the outer world, always. And now that you are embodying the version of you who is deeply missed, wildly desired, and magnetically irresistible, everything must change. Their thoughts, their feelings, their actions, all are being sculpted by the gravitational pull of your assumption. You've become a force. Not because you shouted, but because you believed, and belief moves mountains. Let the silence continue. Let their mind spiral. Let the telepathic pull intensify. Because the moment you release attachment and rest in fulfillment, the world bends to meet you. They are not your source, you are. They are the echo, the reflection, the messenger. But you are the original signal, and that signal is powerful. It is divine, it is unbreakable. They are missing you beyond reason. They are fantasizing about what they once took for granted. They are imagining your voice, your scent, the way your presence calmed their storms. They are consumed, and it's only getting stronger, because your energy is no longer reaching for them, it's drawing them in. Like a star pulling planets into orbit, your frequency is becoming irresistible, and this is just the beginning. They are